Foney Fables is pretty brilliant. As I've mentioned probably many times before, I love cartoons that parody popular nursery rhymes and stories, and that's exactly what we get with this Warner Brothers cartoon. This is from 1942, directed by Friz Freleng, written by Michael Maltese, and we have a brilliant voice cast, including Mel Blanc, Sara, Berner, and Frank Graham as narrator. I will say that a lot of Mel Blanc's voices do sound like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, but once you overlook that, it's pretty good. And I don't actually want to say too much about the content of this, but basically it's a series of quite a good number of short clips depicting various popular fables, stories. We have The Boy Who Cried Wolf, two personal favourites. We have Old Mother Hubbard and a dog who looks a lot like Pluto. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but it looks a lot like Pluto, even some of its facial expressions. There's the goose that laid the golden egg, but the eggs are no longer made out of gold. I'm not going to say what they're made out of, but I thought it was pretty good and very topical, very timely. And we have various different fairy stories being depicted in certain comedic ways, and I really enjoyed it. It's very well animated, of course. I think the pacing is very good. Some of them are maybe a bit quicker than others, but generally each fairy story has an equal amount of time for it. The wolf in sheep's clothing, I loved. I thought that was very clever. I really enjoyed it. It's really good fun. If you like things like this, that parody popular fairy stories, then Foney Fables is definitely one that's worth a watch. I don't want to say any more about it, or else I will risk spoiling it, because obviously part of the fun of this is wondering what they're going to parody next. It's beautifully narrated. We see the narrator's hand turning the pages of this fairy story to take us to the next one. So it's really nicely structured, really great pacing. Not only do I not have any complaints about it, but I have nothing but praise for it. I did genuinely, truly adore Foney Fables.